Justice makes me come alive. Knowing that at the end of the day that I can say that I did something to make a change. I'm Mandy Goheen. I'm a third-year student at Starr School for the Ministry, and I'm getting ready to graduate in May. Starr has really become my community and has been there as I've grown from wanting to become a minister to really embodying my ministerial identity. I'm originally from Ohio, but I live in Montgomery, Alabama right now. I'm a military spouse. My husband has been in the Air Force for 20 years. We have 6 kids. All of them are adopted from the U.S. foster care system. I'm a member of the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Montgomery, Alabama, and I'm a member of the Church of the Larger Fellowship, where I also work as the Director of Prison Ministry. I think the importance of this congregation to me is that they are here with open arms and they have the Black Lives Matter sign outside, and it's not because I need that for me, it's that I need that for my kids. So I was driving down past the police station one day, taking my kids to school, and I heard the little voice in the back seat that said, "Mommy, I was wondering something." He said, "I was wondering why all the brown boys like me are the ones that are in jail." When I think about my ministry and my calling, it's deeply connected with my children, and it always has been. I am called to work in prisons because their biological parents were incarcerated. That's part of our identity. They're definitely the heart and soul of why I want to do this. On Martin Luther King Day, so many years ago in that pew, that's where my call to Starr King came. I was listening to Reverend Sunshine Wolf in our congregation here in Montgomery preach, and I'm not exactly sure what was being preached about, to be honest, but what I heard was that I was here on this earth essentially to help bring people together regardless of class, race, religious background. I remember when I arrived at Berkeley at the first time, and I went to my advisor and I said, "I'm a farm girl. I'm a working class kid. Is there a place for me here?" I was assured that absolutely this was the place where I belong, and I think that Educating Counter Oppressions class really helped me understand that that was true.
This commitment to educating to counter oppression, to create just and sustainable communities, while also situating a Unitarian Universalist progressive ministerial formation in a multi-religious context, answers a deep need, equipping religious leaders to really adapt to the needs of our communities today.
It would not have been possible for me to get my degree anywhere without the low residency model.
I think Mandy's an excellent example of what it takes to make low residency not just functional, but a gift to ministerial formation. By coming to the school, Mandy could stay with her family and the richness of her Unitarian Universalist congregation, while still having intensive experiences at the school that keep her connected to the kind of living, breathing work of Starr King.
I wish to thank our school for being the best place for me. There have been a couple professors in particular who have been really meaningful to me in that sense. And the first that I can think of is Reverend Sophia Betancourt.
So when we were approaching womanist studies, for example, womanism really centers itself on the lived experiences of Black women, and part of what I know was life for Mandy in that class was bridging her own lived experience, not as a Black woman, but as part of a multiracial family and all that went into building her beautiful family, into some of the questions we were asking around justice issues. And so that ability to really take on the broader questions, but make them real, make them lived, which I think is part of what we aim for in Strong Ministries, is a gift that Mandy brings into the classroom.
I have been able to take my classwork and apply it to my job, and apply it to my coursework. So it's not just me learning in theory about doing ministry, it's about actually getting the tools and using them right away at the Church of the Larger Fellowship.
Having Starr King there as part of what she brought was critical. She knew how to think about our members who are incarcerated as human beings. She understands the racial dynamics of mass incarceration, as well as of all kinds of other parts of life. I knew that she was getting a deep grounding in the systems that we're looking at that helped to make any projects that we did consistent with UU values, really living out Unitarian Universalism.
I really want to have an impact on Unitarian Universalism as being a healer and as being someone who brings restorative justice model to Unitarian Universalism.
We love our bread, we love our butter, but most of all, we love each other. Amen.